Jacksonville Jaguars and the Atlanta Falcons. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fielded just inside the 20. Oh, now he bowls him over. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now Leonard Fournette, and a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
He'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Gone, 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 gone. Here we go now. Green 39, green 39. Detroit, Detroit. Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Gone, 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 gone.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Here we go now. Blue 90, blue 90. Gone, gone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Set, blue 90, blue 90.
They'll look to throw here. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jags have taken the early lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So that one will be accepted. To throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
He'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Fournette, a first down carry. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll set up a throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the...
In the, like the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil?
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! All right, here we go. 319! 319!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7.
Ohio! Ohio!
They'll drop to throw. Yannick Ngakoue in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check 26, check 26.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
Ohio! Ohio!
A first down carry for Barkley. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
4 down, 4 down.
A handoff to Barkley. There he goes again. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The pitch goes to Barkley. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now Saquon Barkley. For 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. The dump-off gets them 9, so now they're in much better shape for 3rd down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
What? London! What? London! Ohio! Ohio!
Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. His 1st catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On the run, it's Barkley. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Let's go! White, 90! White, 90! Ohio! Ohio!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it?
Set! Green, 39! Green, 39! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 67 yards. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Hurry up, here we go! Green, 39! Green, 39!
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
Hurry up, here we go.
On play action, they'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
They'll throw now on the final play. Now he'll escape to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Miles Jack not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught at the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Set. Green, 39.
Back to throw here. Pass incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gone. Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Flex round. Ohio.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. 5:59.
They'll go to Barkley again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Flex round.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Extra point attempt to come here. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 7 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's fielded at the 34. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's King. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
3 down.
Barkley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Falcons. In for the score. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Now the try here for the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble now, great field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Dancing to his left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons add on. Now for the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 25. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And on the ground they go with a running back. Always got some breathing room. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now they'll run it on the toss. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage. and dominating right now on this drive.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Atlanta, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for Jack.